So today I wanted to talk about reaching your goals and why it doesn't have to be that hard to reach your goals. I think there are times and periods in life when everything's going bad and then periods where it's going good, then periods of neutrality. But I think a lot of times when it comes to reaching your goals, a lot of times you just have to basically work and work and work on something for a long time and then something happens or it doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't happen, but a lot of times it's a lack of effort. I think if you really want something, you can at least achieve usually a partial result. So sometimes you don't achieve anything actually. You can fail, you always have the chance to fail. But you can always learn something from that failure. But I want to talk about specifically reaching your goals doesn't need to be inherently hard. I think the path to a goal inherently it's just a path you have to walk. You don't have to make it like this difficult thing where it's like if I'm not at my goal by this time or whatever, I'm a failure or something. You just take steps forward. It's like going on a walk. You don't like think about the goal of hitting 10 kilometers inherently on the walk. You just go on the walk and you keep walking till you hit the goal amount of distance. Like you don't think about every step, you just take the steps, right? So when you're working towards a goal, why are you thinking about every step? Just take the steps and do what you need to do. You probably know what you need to do, so you just take the steps and eventually you'll get closer to where you need to be. Now it's not as simple maybe as not every goal is as simple as just going for a walking trip, of course, but the analogy kind of works in the way of you need to take steps towards that thing that you want. And a lot of times you can reach what you want. It's just a matter of doing things properly, trying your best, and then seeing what happens. If you honestly grind something that you love, you make the best content, music, whatever, you honestly do your best, you become very proficient and skilled in your craft, and you really put in effort to make things work and to kind of elevate yourself and make yourself known. A lot of times you can achieve a lot of things. A lot of people just don't want to try. They don't really put in 100% effort that they could put in towards something they love, or they just think they don't have a chance. Now, there are crafts that are harder to achieve. Like, there are some crafts that are more, I guess, there's already a lot of people doing some kind of a craft that you might love. So it might be harder to get into the scene of a craft. So that might make it harder to reach your goal. But it doesn't make it impossible inherently. But it depends how much you love your craft and whatever you're doing and what you want to actually achieve. But it's just about taking the steps towards that. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. And reaching your goals inherently is not, at the end of the day, anything special anyway, because I was saying reaching your goal is not something special. Once you reach a goal, you'll probably just be like, this is it. A certain number, a certain amount of money. You'll probably just be like, this is it. I mean, maybe if you get a lot of money, your lifestyle will elevate, of course, but at the end of the day, you get that flashy thing you always wanted. You're gonna get over it in maybe a week, month, you know. I mean, you still might smile every time you see like a flashy car that you bought, but at the end of the day, it's still expensive to maintain, and you're gonna get over it. It doesn't matter what it is, like you always want more as a human. So at the end of the day, even if you reach something, it's not so much always about reaching something. It's also about doing something you love doing and you find actual enjoyment in, because at the end of the day you have the day-to-day life. Every day you have to grind through, so you might as well enjoy what you're doing. Like, why are you doing a certain sport if you don't enjoy it, you know, or doing certain things you don't enjoy? Like, it doesn't make sense to do things you don't enjoy just for the sake of it. Well, I feel like some people kind of push through things they don't have to, and they put themselves in bad situations. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, of course, if it's like a job you hate or whatever, or a thing you hate. But I feel like work you kind of like hate to get money is like, it's a means to an end. You work so you can be free on your free time. Basically, you can do that. Like, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Like, doing a job you don't that much care about, but it makes you money, and then you spend your free time using that money and freedom you have to do what you actually want to do. That's actually fine. If you want to think about it that way, you don't have to inherently always be super passionate about like a 9 to 5 or something. You could just be working and then use your free time to do what you actually want to do. And that's a pretty good idea as well. Or you can actually try to go for a career that you really like. But I do think work should be enjoyable, since it's a large portion of our time. A lot of people just leave for vacations, and that's also another type of like goal people have, is to get to a vacation or some holiday, and that's like their little goal with work. Like, this is what I worked for, is that one vacation. But it's like, if your life is so miserable that you don't enjoy every day and you don't enjoy your work at all, you should probably change your life, you know? I feel like people don't think about these things. I already understand how people live like that, how they do careers they don't like for their entire life, or just don't enjoy their life. Like, why have you not designed your life in a way that you can enjoy it? Not everybody has the chance, obviously, depending on circumstance, but a lot of people do have the choice to become better, to create a life that they actually want to an extent. And it's just about trying. A lot of people just don't bother. Life is going to be also hard either way, whether you achieve something or you don't. Whether you try or you don't try, it's going to be hard. If you don't try, life is gonna be hard. If you do try and you actually succeed, life is gonna be easier. Yes, you did hard work and it was hard in the moment, but you'll still be more comfortable when you're doing that hard work, and the hard work becomes easier over time. So you'll be more comfortable when you do the hard work and you try, instead of not trying and just having you're still gonna have a hard life. Maybe in the moment you'll be a bit easier off when you're not doing the hard work, but down the line you're gonna have a harder life because you didn't try. So just things to keep in mind when going for your goals. And that's pretty much what I wanted to say in this video. I feel like I went on a little bit of a tangent, but I feel like it's all kind of related to reaching your goals and working towards your goals in a sense. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If there's a will, there's a way.